Films and TV show us a weird version of the real world. Just look at the way they represent stealing. Most of the time, it's either funny to steal from other people, as seen in comedy movies like Over the Hedge,
VHA, VHT, and good old MSG, aka the chip. Dig in!
or thieves are presented as super cool, planning the ultimate heist to rip off millions from rich business people or banks. Either way, we hardly ever see the reality of crime. Because for every crime, there has to be a victim. And being a victim isn't funny or cool. Being a victim hurts. Last year, there were over 1 million victims of stealing just in England and Wales. 756,000 burglaries were reported to the police. And about 255,000 personal robberies. That's muggings and handbag snatchings and stuff like that. And those numbers don't even include people under 16. There are no official statistics for people that age who get robbed. And that's just crimes that were reported to the police. There's a whole lot more that are never reported. Stealing is a big problem in this country. So what does the manual say about it? You shall not steal. Imagine a world without stealing. It'd be very different. We wouldn't need locks, PIN numbers, CCTV cameras, and all the banks and insurance companies would have to rethink their business models for sure. But the trouble is, we aren't like that, are we? Most of us have stolen something. Maybe you haven't broken into someone's house or mugged somebody or robbed a bank, but there's a lot more to stealing than that. Think about it. Illegal downloads, copying CDs, borrowing something and never giving it back, helping yourself to the pencils in IKEA. Most of us have taken something that didn't belong to us at least once in our lives. Here's what the Bible says about it. Don't you realise that this is not the way to live? Unjust people who don't care about God will not be joining in His kingdom. Those who use and abuse each other, use and abuse sex, use and abuse the earth and everything in it, don't qualify as citizens in God's kingdom. That includes people who've been involved in stealing, even in a small way. But this Bible passage doesn't end there. A number of you know from experience what I'm talking about. For not so long ago, you were on that list. Since then, you've been cleaned up and given a fresh start by Jesus, our Master, our Messiah, and by our God present in us, the Spirit. If you've been involved in stealing, you can have a brand new start with Jesus Christ. But it doesn't end there. Here's a good story from Luke 19. Zacchaeus was a tax collector. In those days, that was another way of saying he was involved in daylight robbery. A crowd gathered around Jesus, and Zacchaeus wanted to see him too. Because he was a little bloke, he shinned up a tree to get a better look. Jesus saw him and knew him by name. He told Zacchaeus to get out of the tree and have him round for dinner straight away. Zacchaeus was amazed that Jesus wanted to spend time with someone like him. He realised that Jesus had forgiven him, and there and then he offered to pay back double to anybody he had ripped off. Double. He was a changed man. This is the thing. Rule 8 isn't just no stealing. Jesus opened it up. Rule 8 isn't so much you shall not steal, but you shall figure out what the opposite of stealing is and go and do that instead.